Hi there, welcome to another Friday Findings video. On today's Friday Findings, I'm going to show you how you can easily take an undrilled piece, whether it's rock or some kind of gemstone or polymer clay or really anything, and wire wrap it to make it a jewelry component. So these may look familiar to you, or maybe not. These are actually the burnt beads from my faux sea glass bead tutorial. I showed you my mistake when I set the oven at the wrong temperature. These were black and shiny, and I've painted them with Swelligant paints and patinas, and they're actually rather cool looking. I could drill a hole in them, but I decided I didn't want to. We're going to take these undrilled pieces and actually turn them into a jewelry component. And you can do a loop on both ends or just one end. So this could be a link in a bracelet, or it could be a pendant with something dangling from the bottom. And I'm just going to show you how to do that. It's really quite simple. You'll need some wire. This is 24 gauge wire with an antique brass finish. And I've got two, about 8 to 10 inch pieces. I can't give you exact sizes because it depends on the size of the piece that you're going to wrap. So I'm going to take one piece to begin with and just fold it in half and tuck my round nose pliers into that bend and just make a loop and give it a bit of a twist. Nothing fancy there. That's one of my loops. Then I'm going to fashion this around my piece the way I want it to hang. I want this to hang long ways down. And then just at the other end, make another twist. Trim off one of those wires. And then put in your round nose pliers and make a loop. And wrap it around like once. That's all you need. So now we have our top and bottom loops, and now let's just add a little bit more wire to secure it. I'm going to take what's usually the longer wire, and I'm just going to make some nice neat wraps starting right below the loop. And I'm just going to hold that end of wire with my thumb along with the loop and just wire wrap it, just like when you're making a wrapped loop, which is what this is, just done a little bit differently. And then you can trim off that excess wire at the beginning and tuck it in with your chain nose pliers. And now this wire is going to go around your piece in the opposite direction, so instead of up and down, more from side to side. And usually about 3 wraps is good. And it'll kind of tell you, it kind of just slid down there and said, yes, I'm ready to go down there now. And that's fine. And now repeat down here around this other loop to just make some nice, neat wraps, or messy wraps if you prefer. And again, trim off the excess wire. Now that looks pretty good, but we're going to make it just a bit better. And what you'll do is take chain nose pliers and grab that wire really anywhere you want, especially if you want a little bit more interest. So the wire goes between the jaws of the round nose pliers. Make sure I got it here. And just give a twist. And you can see as you do that, it tightens everything up. On this long one especially, you'll want to do the front and the back to keep your loops centered on your piece. And then you can do the same with your shorter wraps. of just adds some interest to the piece, and also at the same time tightens it up around your bead or your stone or whatever it is you have, so that it's very secure in there. And there you have it. Here's the other one that I made. Here's another piece that I made. This is a piece of glass that I did a faux dichroic technique on and then turned it into a pendant. Really the exact same way, with the two loops, and you can see some dangles in the bottom. So this is a fun technique to apply to something maybe you've been perplexed about how to turn it into a piece of jewelry. Thanks so much for watching Keepsake Crafts videos. Up on the screen are 2 more wire wrapping videos you might enjoy. Please be sure to check out my blog, keepsakecrafts.net, and if you like this video, click like and subscribe so you'll see more like it. Happy creating. Bye-bye.